And we're back for round two. We won the die roll again, so pretty lucky. Keep. Yeah, this deck feels sweet. Again, we don't have double blue, but we don't need double blue. Double red is the double color we need. None of the cards in our hand, but alright. The rights deck, I believe, as it is known. So we're gonna leave up this Dimensional Infiltrator and gonna deal with his Loam Dryad, probably. Oh man, I didn't know the rights deck played red. This might be the rights deck plus Nahiri. I definitely want to bolt that more than I want to bolt the Dryad. Alright, so I think I'm going to do is flash in this Dimensional Infiltrator, and then next turn play the Fiery Impulse, and leave up Clash of Wills. Deck's great, we're great. No, we don't have colorless to activate the mill ability with our Dimensional Infiltrator, but I think it's going to be fine. Our opponent has a fairly painful mana base. By fairly, I mean all of his lands are pain lands. He has no ability to produce a mana right now, so I'm going to counter it. That Clash of Wills is going to counter literally anything. Lucky for us, he played a tap land, and his birds isn't a real birds, so. We're going to leave a Spell Shrivel here, because he could have Collected Company. You can just like untap and have Collected Company. Alright. Maybe he has like Reflector Mage. I don't know what he's trying to do. Alright. So he can Company. Yeah, he's definitely maging me. That thing. Still don't want it in play. Yeah, being on the play is pretty decent with this deck. Land, draw land, 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 land! Alright. It's also fine. We're still protected from the Collected Company, which is what I care about. Gonna get in for our 2. We've gotten a lot of help from our opponent's lands. It's curious he didn't get Island if he was planning on slamming this thing. Thought the reason he got white was for Reflector Mage. Thought they were just mostly like a green-black deck that splashed white and blue for Reflector Mage and Displacer. But everyone has their own brew. I've seen the Nahiri list as well. Evolving Wilds. Well, these are the costs of playing a 4 to 5 color deck, my sir. Alright. Still gonna get this off the board. Or not let this touch the board. If we draw land, I'd be pretty happy. He didn't attack. So we didn't draw land, so we could bluff a counter spell. I'd much rather like progress our board. Who knows, maybe we draw the Fiery Impulse. Castigator, okay. Another Reflector Mage. Our opponent's not going to take damage this turn. It's pretty bad for us. Displacer. That's super bad for us. Alright, we drew that land we wanted. Alright, we're going to cast this guy face down. And if he tries to Coco, we'll counter him. And if he doesn't, then we'll Infiltrator. Cool thing about Morphs and Reflector Mage is, you know, I can play a Morph again the next turn. Or you can just like straight up play another Reflector Mage. It's also cool. Okay. And I'm just gonna flash this thing into play. We're going to try to get him for this too. Yeah, Reflector Mage Displacer is quite the combo. Curious you didn't want to just blink my guy. Play this face down. And pass the turn. Ugh, didn't draw the impulse yet. Although if he doesn't kill me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not enough. We could plan a turn where we can like double Castigator him. I don't know if he has a main deck way to gain any. Oh, flyer, that's not good for me. Alright. In play. So I think I block the Displacer and flip face up. Make him have to do something about it. Yeah. So otherwise this is just going to kill me in like 2 or 3 turns. Tap your flyer. Dang. You figured it out. Alright, so the next draw has to be Ancient Tomb and Fiery Impulse. Alright, so we only take 2 here, which is pretty good. But he's going to take 2 here as well, which is really good for us. If we drew a Firecraft, it would have been lethal there as well. Worth mentioning. Alright, I'm gonna play another morph. So play this morph. Play this face up. Yeah. Because he has to... Oh, I cannot play this face up. Because he blinked it last turn with Reflecting Rage. Alright. I think we just passed turn then. Impulse. Dang it. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 9, 10. Homeboy's going for lethal. Gonna flush old boy in. See what we exile. Visionary. Alright. We were close. Feel like we drew less than perfect there. I don't know if Seismic Rupture will kill any of his guys. Encased in Ice will be less good against his displacering things. I'm not sure if he actually has the card Collecting Company or not. He probably does. He has a really hard time beating flyers. Few Revisions is probably good enough against him. Firecraft's kind of weak-ish. Few Revisions is like medium against him. Alright. I like this. See what it do. What does it do, I guess is the term. Something I've noticed while testing this deck is our opponents always take a while sideboarding. I guess we're a hard deck to guess how to sideboard against. Yep. Just waiting for him. And one of some important note with this deck is it's kind of like a day 2 deck. Like you're not gonna. You're either gonna 9-0 day 1 or you're gonna 0-3. Like I don't think this deck's gonna middle of the ground. Like, you're very favored against, this hand's a keep. You're very favored against a majority of the field, but you're, like, super unfavored against the most popular deck. So, like, I don't know. Like, you can count on winning 70% of your matches, but those 70% are going to be, like, you're going to play really what I think are going to be one-sided matches, just because of like the nature of your deck. Once again, we're going to lead on mountain, even though we don't have a single red spell. We can, well, I guess we can, well, a single red spell is a double red. Ha. Alright, so we're going to leave up Infiltrator and pretty much just Infiltrator. Maybe we could have just slammed Stratus Dancer. And we'll wait and do this his end phase. Another Castigator. Not too shabby. I'd like to draw a basic mountain next. That would make me very, very happy. Our opponent missed a land drop, so he's very, very sad. Let's face down this thing. We're pretty protected from Reflector Mage, given that we can flash in an Infiltrator and our Morph can just be played again. Alright, he drew it. We tried. How could be things go home? The end is here. There's no hope for any of us. Probably Recruiter. Or an Elf. Guess he's trying to hit his land drops. Alright. Pretty happy about that one. Now we can go night, night, homie. And not any other word there. Night, night. Kevin Hart's great. This deck's pretty great. I think he's just dead. He's like land, collected company, and hit like mage plus something else. Alright. So, once again, our Clash of Wills are a little bit weaker on the draw. I love this Magic Online art, by the way. This is much sweeter than like this art. I think they should make this in a card. Seismic Rupture would have been good against this one Elvish Visionary there, but he's got a lot of X3s, and I only have 2 colors. Maybe Sky Spawn or something we can consider for our deck, because I really would like more flyers. I also think Storm Chaser Mage might have room in this deck as well. Maybe having exactly red and blue mana, though, is asking too much. I don't know. Still like this configuration, though. Man. Reveals face down creature number 1. Number 1! Number 1 Stratus Dancer. Alright. 2 lands on the draw with a 4-drop in my hand. And a 3-drop in my hand. It sounds bad, but on turn 2 I get to leave up the Dream, so I'll keep. And hopefully we draw some of our 24 lands. And our opponent's going to stumble a lot because he's 4 colors, or 5 colors, or something preposterous. Peculiar. You got Island and then Paid Life. So I imagine he's going to try to dump his hand this turn. I'll try to leave Counterspell up instead of face-upping a Stratus Dancer. Really is a bummer this thing doesn't have Flash. Can pay for Clash of Wills, you say. So far I'm like confident he should have got his Forest. Maybe it's in his hand. Who knows? not gonna leave Clash up. We're just gonna get his thing. Because that thing can take over the game. We drew a land. If we draw a land, we can play this Fever Visions, which would be nice. Oh, I guess he had Reflector Mage, and that's why he really wanted that blue source instead of the 3 green spells, or 2 green spells he's had. Maybe he had no other way of producing blue. I don't know, his hand must be configured real weird. So, yeah, no, I'm just going to play this Fever Visions, yeah. Thought about it for a second. I thought about maybe if I roast this thing and pass, but, I'm going to put Fever Visions in play. Try to gain some advantage. What does this do? Tap an untapped creature you control in Birds of Paradise. Alright. Which placer? Oh, this placer. Play a 2-drop or 3-drop. Yeah, whatever you're feeling. Do whatever you're thinking you're about doing. Because I want to roast this guy. Get roasted. Alright. Yeah, we're going to roast here. What do you got? Well, I definitely have to get your thing off the board. So, there it is. And even though we don't have a creature in play, we have this Fever Visions in play, so he's like hitting us for 2, and we're hitting him for 2, and we have all these Firecrafts. If we draw a land, it'd be pretty sweet. Elvish Visionary, good card. Not good when you're trying to empty your hand. He will not take damage this turn, though, so that is, like, really good for him. He just, like, gets access to this Howling Mine now. Clunky, clunky, clunky. Clunky, clunky, clunky. Big old clunky, clunky. Clunky, clunky, clunky. I guess Radiant Flames would be okay here. Get like the 1.5 for 1. The almost 2 for 1. The close but no cigar for 1. Dang it. We're going to have to stop drawing terrible eventually. Then we're going to face up this thing. And hold up Dimensional Infiltrator, I guess. As our opponent figures out what to do to our Stratus Dancer, stares deeply into its eyes as it dances stratusly. Land. Why can't I draw lands? I'm playing 24 of them. I will be right back. I guess that was my door. Turns out the neighbor just doesn't know where they are. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, so our opponent has a displacer now, which is going to be pretty good against what we're doing. He's going to get to bounce his reflector mage a lot. Very saddening situation. Alright, we're going to F2. We're going to F2. I said we're going to F2. Alright, now it works. We're definitely gonna, I think we're just gonna take this damage. I don't think I want to flash in and double block, mainly because we would trade 2 for 1 and our X1s are less good against his 2-3. Alright. Yep. Yes. I will let Fever Vision's trigger happen, and then I'll put in my rattle chains. There we go. 2 chains. If we draw second chains and truly have 2 chains, then we'll be able to protect one of our chains with the other one, because they give each other hexproof and the ability to cast each other at flash, but they already have that text on them. Draw land. Ah! I feel like I have 4 4-drops and 24 lands, and I see my 4 4-drops 20 times more often than I see my lands. Alright, so we can attack him for 4, and how much power does he have on board? He has 3 plus 4, 7, so he has a 2-turn clock. So I'm going to try to get some damage. I'm going to attack him. You're going to blink 1 instead of reflector maging it. Okay. Get you to 9. And I firecraft him down to 5. Alright, yep. And if he takes damage, then I just firecraft him again. If he doesn't take damage, then I could maybe Gold Knight plus 1 of my flyers him. There's just a lot of ways this could go down. Our opponent seems to be tanking at the end of our turn. There we go. Yavimaya Coast. While it is a good card, I don't think it will kill us. Or maybe it will. He can now double blink. Or play that and blink. I guess he can blink a lot because he has Cryptolith rights in play. It just hasn't made use of it yet. Oh my sir, please take damage from my thing. Please take damage from my fevered visions. Do not play a card. Don't do it. Or play Elvish Visionary. Visionary. Please have Visionary. Don't do it. Don't have cards. This is an Elvish Visionary. Jammo 3 puts Elvish Visionary on the stack. Please. Dang it. Specifically not Elvish Visionary. Specifically much better than Elvish Visionary. Alright. So we're going to lose this thing. We have to start drawing like lands immediately. So didn't have another chance to protect our chains. Alright, do we have Spell Mastery? Yes, we do. We have Spell Mastery. How about you? That was terrible. Alright, so how much power does he have in play? He has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I attack here, he'll tap out. He'll tap out, spend his mana, and he'll have 2, 4, 6, 8 on the untap. So he needs an Anthem effect to kill me. Sure. Sure. He'll need one more point of damage. So I'm obviously not going to cast his Firecraft because we have the wrong land in play. Curse you, Shivan Reef. Alright, we have Mastery, so we're just going to kill this. Okay. So right now, he can untap and attack for... Oh, he didn't blink his thing to get an extra power, so he's actually just bad. So, I mean, he's probably great. Not that he's bad. That was probably just a misplay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Alright. So I could Firecraft him right now. Because I could get an 8. But I think I'd rather leave mana up, make him think about stuff, then flash an Infiltrator at the end of his turn. I guess if he has exactly another Displacer, my line is terrible. Please don't have exactly another Displacer. I will cry on camera. Well, not camera. Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry about not having a camera. My cats have chewed through that cord. I will make a trip to Best Buy soon. The nice people over at Snapkeep Games, though, shout out to them. They have recently picked me up as a sponsor, so I will definitely be able to pick up a camera now very soon. You guys should go there and buy all your singles and seal product and They're just the nicest people. They're I cannot say enough good words. Just the nicest people. Alright. Looks like he doesn't have another displacer. Wow. This is an interesting attack. Maybe our opponent has Avacyn. I'll take 5. Reflector maging my Stratus Dancer. Alright, our opponent's really going to be taking a while here. It is like 7 minutes left on his clock. I guess it is game 3, so there is no risk in him thinking it out. We are in the low single digits of life total. The next level tech would be him paying 2 life off his Battlefield Forges to Firecraft me. That would be P good. Jamoke's command is so good. Man, just imagine if he countered a Firecraft and got my Fevered Visions. That'd have been sick. A Reflector Mage. I will pick up my guy. End of turn. Play my guy. Now we're just going to go for the Connect and the Firecraft. Alright. Think this game's over. Don't know. We shall see. Yeah. Jamoke's command will be really good. Ooh, that's not going to do it. Oh, good games. Yep, beat the right stack. Yep, might not be able to beat humans, but we can beat the things that beat humans. Our draw was super clunky that game, and just didn't matter. Deck's too powerful. We also played great. Maybe there were some mistakes. I'll be back for round 3 soon.